You are watching Beyond World is One with me, Raisha Saigal, and this is Speed News. Lots lined up for you. Let's get you started. The world's biggest religious gathering, the Maha Kumbh 2025, has officially begun in India's Prayagraj. Devotees thronged to the Triveni Sangham on day one to participate in the sacred bath. More than 400 million people are expected over the course of next 6 weeks to take a holy dip at the confluence of three sacred rivers, that's the Ganga, the Yamuna and the Saraswati. It is believed that taking a holy dip during this time washes away sins and liberates one from the cycle of life and death. This monumental event that has begun today will continue till the 26th of February. The sense of togetherness that the Maha Kumbh Mela cultivates is one of its most important aspects. It unites people from all backgrounds, castes and creeds. Thousands of anti-government demonstrators have hit the streets in Serbia's capital Belgrade to demand justice for the victims of the railway roof collapse incident. The demonstrators switched on the lights on their phones and stood in silence for 15 minutes to commemorate victims of the tragedy. The demonstration is being organized by the students of the Belgrade State University and has gathered support from the public and Serbia's opposition party. They have accused the ruling Serbian Progressive Party of corruption and nepotism. However, Serbia's ruling coalition government has denied the charges, and President Vučić has said those responsible must be held to account. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has said that Kyiv is ready to hand over captured North Korean soldiers to Pyongyang if Kim Jong-un can organize an exchange for Ukrainians held captive in Russia. Zelensky has said that the Security Service of Ukraine is continuously working with the captured North Korean soldiers. He further added that out of the two captured soldiers, one wishes to stay in Ukraine while the other wants to return to North Korea. According to Ukraine and the West, over 10,000 North Korean troops have been deployed in the Kursk region to support Moscow. Russia, on the other hand, has neither confirmed nor denied the presence of North Korean troops. North Korea has ordered its troops deployed in Russia for its war against Ukraine to kill themselves rather than getting caught. South Korean lawmaker Lee Seong-kyon has made these grave allegations, citing a report from the National Intelligence Service. This comes days after Ukraine captured two North Korean soldiers in the battlefield, that's in the Kursk region. According to Ukraine, the United States, over 10,000 North Korean soldiers have been deployed in Russia. Gaza's health ministry has claimed at least 28 people were killed and 89 injured in the past 24 hours in Gaza in Israeli airstrike. He further claimed that the total death toll from the ongoing Israeli attacks on the Gaza Strip has risen to 46,565, with over 100,000 injured since the beginning of the war. Meanwhile, The IDF has announced that its troops are continuing operations in the Beit Hanoun area of northern Gaza and are engaging in close quarters combat with armed militants while searching and dismantling key military infrastructure. The Israeli military reported that 4 of its soldiers were killed and 6 others were injured during the operation. US President Joe Biden has said that there is an immediate need for a ceasefire in Gaza, along with the return of the Israeli hostages. Biden spoke with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, during which Netanyahu's office briefed Biden about the progress of the talks. This follows Israel's announcement that it was sending a delegation of senior officials to Qatar for the negotiations. Before the announcement, Netanyahu met with US President-elect Donald Trump's West Asia envoy Steve Witkoff and a representative of US President Joe Biden, along with other senior Israeli officials. The Israeli military has claimed that it has struck several targets, which includes a rocket launching site, a military site and routes along the Syria-Lebanon border, which was used to smuggle weapons into Lebanon. According to Lebanese Health Ministry, the Israeli strike has killed 5 people. However, Israel has said that it targeted a Hezbollah weapons truck as well. The strike comes 2 weeks ahead of the January 26th deadline for implementing the November ceasefire deal between Israel and Hamas. And under the terms of the ceasefire, Hezbollah is to dismantle its remaining infrastructure in the south and pull its forces to the north of the Litani River. The United States President-elect Donald Trump has blamed the California Governor Gavin Newsom for failing to control the wildfires. Trump has called Newsom's administration incompetent, claiming that they have no idea how to put the blaze out. In response to Trump's comments, the governor has launched a website to ensure the public has fact-based data regarding the wildfire. Newsom has refuted the claims that the state had reduced the firefighting budgets. He further claimed that the state of California has doubled the firefighting budget and the army as well. Newsom also warned Trump against politicizing the tragedy and spreading disinformation. Croatia's incumbent president Zoran Milanovic has won a second term. He defeated Dragan Primorac, a contestant from the ruling conservative HDZ party, in Sunday's runoff election. The election was held as the European Union and NATO member country of 3.8 million struggles with biting inflation, corruption scandals and a labour shortage. Milanovic got 74% of the vote against Primorac, who received nearly 26%. At 58, Milanovic is the most popular lawmaker in Croatia and is often compared to Trump for his combative style of communication with his opponents. He had also won comfortably in the first round of voting on 29th of December, as he secured 49% of the votes, falling short of securing the required 50% by just 5,000 votes. Landslides caused by torrential rains in southeast Brazil have left at least 10 people dead. 9 people died in the city of Ipatinga, where 80 millimeters of rain fell in the space of 1 hour on Saturday night. Firefighters pulled the body of an 8-year-old boy from the rubble of a house destroyed by a landslide. Another landslide swept away everything in its path along a street on the side of a hill in the city's Bethania neighborhood. Images from the scene showed rubble from the houses coming up from the mud as of Sunday evening. 1 person from the area remained missing, though 4 members of the person's family were rescued. A body was also found in the nearby town of Santana do Parecio. The Indian Weather Department has predicted cold wave conditions and rainfall in Delhi. The IMD predicted dense fog at isolated places in the national capital region and has issued an orange alert. Meanwhile, a fresh wave of western disturbance likely to bring rains and snowfall activity in Jammu and Kashmir, Himachal Pradesh and Uttarakhand over the next 3 days. IMD has also predicted rainfall activity with thunderstorms and lightning over Punjab, Haryana, Chandigarh, Delhi NCR and Uttar Pradesh on January 15th and 16th. Meanwhile, northern India is likely to experience a 2 to 4 degree dip in temperatures. India's National Company Law Tribunal or NCLT in Mumbai has temporarily suspended virtual hearings and has asked lawyers to appear physically after its virtual hearing system was hacked. Hackers infiltrated the system, broadcasting inappropriate content, including porn. Legal experts have raised alarm over India's vulnerable digital infrastructure. The NCLT now mandates in-person hearings, showing the need for stronger cybersecurity measures to protect judicial proceedings. Investigations are also ongoing. China has unveiled a new and more innovative method using electric fields to enhance rare earth element production. Rare earth elements are a group of 17 chemical elements used in many advanced technologies, including batteries, magnets and displays. China is the world's largest producer of rare earth elements, accounting for around 70% of global production. This technology shortens mining time by 70% and reduces energy use by 60%. Researchers report a 95% recovery rate for rare elements and a 99% decrease in ammonia emissions. These elements are critical for electronics and defense and are typically associated with high environmental costs. Elon Musk has filed a federal lawsuit alleging antitrust violations by OpenAI and Microsoft. The case points to overlapping board memberships, including Reid Hoffman's roles at both companies from 2017 to 2023. Musk accuses OpenAI of abandoning its non-profit mission by securing billions in Microsoft funding. The Federal Trade Commission, an independent agency of the United States government, is investigating related issues, including AI investments and misleading practices. Musk calls for immediate intervention to prevent OpenAI from dominating the AI market. China's export growth picked up steam in December while imports recovered. However, the world's second largest economy braces for mounting trade risks with the incoming US administration. Outbound shipments in December rose 10.7% year-on-year, beating economists' expectations. Imports surprised to the upside with 1% growth, the strongest performance since July 2024. US President-elect Donald Trump is set to return to the White House next week. He has proposed hefty tariffs on Chinese goods, sparking fears of a renewed trade war between the two superpowers, adding to the challenges unresolved disputes with the European Union over tariffs of up to 45.3% on Chinese electric vehicles, which threaten to hinder China's ambitions to expand its auto exports. Oil extended gains to hit the highest in more than 4 months. A fresh wave of U.S. sanctions against Russia's energy industry threatened to crimp supplies in an already tightening global market. The U.S. imposed its most aggressive and ambitious sanctions yet on Russia's oil industry on Friday, targeting large exporters, insurance companies, and more than 150 tankers. The sweeping moves throw a spotlight on key markets, India and China, with refineries there potentially being forced to seek other supplies. India emerged as an important buyer of Russian crude after Moscow's 2022 invasion of Ukraine, and China is the world's largest oil importer. Pakistan is preparing to debut yuan-denominated bonds this year to shore up finances. Its finance minister said the government remains optimistic about meeting the IMF bailout loan terms. The South Asian nation is planning to raise up to $250 million from Chinese investors over the next 6 to 9 months. The plan comes as Pakistan's sovereign rating has been upgraded recently by all 3 credit agencies. Aurangzeb sees further upgrades, and the challenge is to get into a single B category, which allows the country to return to global bond markets to raise funds. China International Capital Corporation is advising Pakistan on the issuance of panda bonds. That's what Aurangzeb has said. And with that, we call to wrap. Thanks very much for staying with us. You are watching WION World. Do stay tuned.